Hello, welcome to NH3 Tech Talk. I'm your host, Justin Little, and today I just wanted to start off with an introduction to our podcast. You know, this is my first episode, and I thought I'd take the opportunity to let you know what this podcast is all about and, you know, my experience and what I'm trying to do here. So I guess I'll just begin. You know, my name's Justin. I've been a service technician for 10 years here in the California Central Valley. I've always been in service. I didn't get my start as an operator and then transition over to service or anything like that. I was actually working in directional drilling, doing fiber optic cables and stuff like that. And it was the summer, and it was like 110 degrees out there. And I remember my father-in-law giving me a call. And my father-in-law has been in the industry, the refrigeration industry, for 30 years. Gives me a call and was like, hey, there's an apprentice position that just opened up over here at a company he was working for. And I was like, he goes, it's a good opportunity and it's a good trade and all this. He goes, you'll have to get in at the ground level, the entry level. You don't have to be a green apprentice, and I was already making good money at the time, but, I told him I'll think about it. And what I ended up doing was started thinking about it a lot because I was out in the road, in hot conditions in the winter. I wouldn't have much work and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go and take this leap of faith and get into this industry or world of refrigeration, whatever you want to call it. So I came in here blind, I had no idea what I was getting myself into or what refrigeration was or how it worked, or I knew absolutely nothing. So I took a chance and then came in and started my apprenticeship. So I made it through my apprenticeship, and, after 5 years, I guess you could consider me a journeyman, I just continued to keep working in service, and next thing you know, here I am a decade in. I guess I'm just telling this story for anyone that might be thinking about getting into refrigeration, or maybe you just did and you're wondering if this is for you. This industry is wonderful. It can be for you if you want it bad enough. There's so much to learn. There's, the electrical aspect, there's the mechanical aspect, there's the chemical aspect, with the different refrigerants and stuff like that. Not one of us knows it all, This podcast is going to be geared towards the newer guys, the 1 to 5 year apprentices, the 6 and 7 year fresh journeymen, and then your seasoned veterans, with 10-year plus experience. This is going to be good refresher videos and podcasts to kind of go back into and maybe learn something that, you've been doing wrong, or, you've been doing something a different way that can be improved upon. So that's kind of the one of the goals we're trying to achieve here with this podcast. Another one is, for these newer guys, I found like a void in our industry, the industrial refrigeration industry, as far as like an online presence. There isn't much of one. There's no podcasts. If there are podcasts that deal with ammonia, I apologize, but I haven't came across any. If you guys know of any good ones, please feel free to send me the link. So that's what I'm trying to do, is have something for people just getting into the industry, or people that have been in the industry that just kind of want to be more involved. I want to kind of create a community to where, on whatever platform I'm posting, we could all kind of post on there about whatever I'm talking about, and kind of, discuss things, different ways to do things, or your, experiences yourself on the topic at hand. So that's in a nutshell what we're trying to do. I'm going to be doing valve tutorials, where I'm explaining, all kinds of different valves, from Danfoss block valves to RS valves to Hansen valves to PRVs to check valves, proper insulation, how to read the PDF, how to obtain the information without a PDF. All this stuff is basically, I'm trying to gear up people to have something online, so they don't gotta, call around and look for information. This is a place where they could come to search for information and learn it on their own, and not just call someone or a journeyman that knows to give them the answer, because we all know you don't really learn that way. So, yeah, this is just, I guess, just like a place to come to confirm what you're thinking, to reassure how you do something, or to flat out learn how to do something. I'm going to kind of continue to do podcasts as often as I can. Being in the service industry is pretty demanding, so I have a lot of long days and stuff like that. But the days that I don't, I'm going to come in here and try to make some good content for you guys to follow, and kind of talk about my day. If I came across something cool. A lot of my work is a lot of PM inspections and stuff like that. But, doing those PM inspections, I come across work that needs to be done. And when I do that, I'll bring it up and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about the issues I had, how I troubleshot it, how I diagnosed it, how I confirmed the diagnosis, which is very important, and we'll get into in later episodes. For the most part, I guess that's pretty much in a nutshell what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring more presence to the refrigeration industry, ammonia refrigeration especially, because we have a hard time getting new people into this industry, whether it's because they're afraid, because of the lack of knowledge. They're scared to take that leap from being an operator to a service tech, or, whatever the reason may be. I'm here to tell you that I was a regular guy with no refrigeration experience whatsoever. And I got in this, and I started doing it, and I started learning. And now I have the skills to be a bona fide refrigeration service technician, no matter where I go. Anywhere in the world I could go, and I could, work on refrigeration, because you'll come to find out through your journey that it's all the same. All the refrigeration is the same. It's just the application that's different. And we'll talk about that too. Okay, I guess I gave you guys enough to chew on. This is just an introduction to the podcast. Once again, I'm no expert in refrigeration. I'm a service technician, with 10 years experience. So I'm not going to bore you guys with a bunch of engineering terms and terminology and talk about the enthalpy diagram and stuff like that. You're not going to get that here. You're going to get how to service a valve, how to rebuild a reciprocating compressor, how to remove a screw compressor from a package safely or reinstall. How to rebuild a Cornell pump, how to install a Taikuku pump, what's a pump curve, These are all stuff that I'm going to be talking about throughout the episodes, So if you are brand new to refrigeration, I highly recommend following this podcast, and I guarantee you're going to pick up something that you didn't know before. And for all you guys that have been doing this for a long time, I'm not trying to flex that I know the right way to do things or wrong way to do things or whatever. I'm going to be making mistakes. So you senior guys, feel free to call out my mistakes so we can talk about them in the comments, dude. I'm all about it. I have thick skin. Like I said, I'm not here to be an authority on refrigeration and kick out hard engineering facts and sizing of valves and, tonnage calculations and all that good stuff, I don't care about that. I don't use that stuff as refrigeration service tech. And that's what this podcast is about. It's learning how to be a service tech in the ammonia refrigeration industry. And there's a lot to learn, believe me. So I don't think I'm going to have too much problems coming up with content. Okay, guys, so go ahead and pick your favorite episode and start listening, man. I hope you enjoy this as much as I do making them. You know, I really do have a passion for refrigeration. I'm going to continue to do this for the rest of my life, you know. It's a wonderful trade, and I'm happy to be a part of it, you know. And we're all going to have a good time discussing different aspects of the refrigeration industry. Cool. Well, till next episode. Thanks a lot, guys.